Hello there, welcome to Ton TV and the Greenock Morton Weekly Update. My special guest today is an exciting young talent, and David Hopkin made him one of the main planks of his summer recruitment drive. He is a former Academy Player of the Year for his club, and in September he officially came to Morton as the Lone Ranger. There's one thing about this guy: you don't josh with Josh. So Josh, I mentioned in the introduction there that you're a former Academy Player of the Year for Rangers. That was a big season for you, wasn't it?
That was kind of the season I kind of matured quite a lot physically and mentally, do you know what I mean? So that's when I kind of broke through, started training with the first team a lot more. And obviously I think I was playing with under-18s, but I was playing with the Resis most weeks, scoring, assisting, so I was doing well. So it was a good bit. That was quite a good year for me.
You made your debut in European football. Not a lot of players get to say that.
Especially at Ibrox, it was probably one of my highlights of my career so far, and probably the best night of my life. I think I deserved it. I worked pretty hard for it. And I was doing well the weeks before to try and get that opportunity. And I knew the Europa League matches were coming up, so it was a kind of like a choice for me to kind of try and step in there and play.
And a chance to work with guys like Alfredo Morelos, Jimmy Defoe. How do you find that?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good to be fair. So even when you're with them every day, you just get to see what they do. Do you know what I mean? It's a different kind of. Obviously, I'm a young boy coming to the academy. It's different for because they've been there and done it. So for them to still do the work they do, even at their age, especially for Defoe, even at his age and his end of his career, the work he still does kind of drives me on. Someone I should look up to.
Now you're a developing talent. I think you would say that yourself.
Yeah.
You had a frustrating time at Dundee because you had injuries. So I'd imagine when you came here, you really wanted to kick into it.
I think the injuries didn't help. Obviously, I had to cut it short. But I feel like coming here and getting a fresh start, I feel like it's done me the world of good. To be fair, I think the manager has a lot of trust in me. So to bring me here and kind of just express myself. So I took that on board, and then the first couple of games done pretty well, and I've had a good start, I hope.
The gaffer worked pretty hard to bring you here, so he obviously has that kind of trust and faith in you.
Yeah, I did work pretty hard to get. I think it was a few months, to be honest. He was trying to get me in, but finally got there in the end. And then I obviously had a chat with him, came up here before it, and just had a look at the place and got a good feeling about it. And then obviously I trust everything the gaffer says. So.
Was it the weather that swung it for you?
the cloud that says it for you.
How have you found working with the gaffer?
For me it's good. For me it's good, and I think it kind of helps me positionally, defensively obviously, but more positionally. Like I think sometimes when I was younger I used to like go and chase the ball around, but now kind of teach me to be a bit more patient, let the ball come to me, and then obviously I can do my stuff from there.
Because we were talking to Reese last week, and he was saying one of the things the gaffer's taught him is what to do when he's not on the ball. That's a really, really important part of his game.
I think it's a big part of a young player's game to kind of get that like drilled in you from like the get go. Do you know what I mean? So I think he does bring that. Like he does help with that a lot. I think it helps with a few young boys like me, Reese, a few of the young lone boys. So I think he is good in that sense. It'd
be fair to say you've had an impressive start at the club. I think there's a couple of games that we've done with a live stream, of course, where you've been nominated as the man of the match for some of your play. There was that tackle I need to talk to you about. Oh. Do you remember that? Yeah.
I seen it coming. I think so. I've took the touch, and I've seen him coming in. I'm like, I can't pull it now. I'm too far into it. So I kind of tried to like nick it through his legs. I just managed to get it through, but then he came through at the end and caught me right in my leg. It was a sore one, but it was what he got sent off. So I think it was deserving.
Did you think at that point, oh, this is going to happen again? I'm going to be out again, or?
I kind of think I was quite coming into the games. I'm quite like need to kind of be careful, but I know that's part of my game. Like, I'm going to get fouled. I think there's been like 2 red cards on me since I've been here. So it's part of my game. I'm going to get fouled with bad tackles. I just need to, if that's the way I want to play and that's the way I do want to play, I just need to deal with that.
Well, I need to tell you, right after the foul, Andy Ritchie up in commentary said to me, I said that to you. He's a guy out in that park, the players are going to have to foul to stop him.
I feel like from a young age and all, I think when I was younger playing up with the Resis, of course they were a lot bigger and older, so I think it was just kind of used to it now, so that's kind of built myself up a wee bit. So I'm used to the fouls, so I'm not more robust, so I'm not getting injured as often as I was last year.
How would you describe your game? We looked at the goal against Alloa where you were breaking in a counter-attack. You seem to want the ball a lot and you try to fashion opportunities for you to get a shot and goal.
I feel like I like the ball at my feet obviously, but I don't mind making runs off the ball. But I feel like my game's kind of to create chances myself, but for the team mostly. if there are players in a better position, like Cammy was against Alloa, played him through. So I feel like if there are players in a better position, I'll still play that. So, aye.
You can't get a much better position for Cammy Silva.
I know, just to run right through. Run right through in a toe poke.
Were you looking to finish it yourself?
No, I seen the counter attack. I knew the counter attack was on, but I held him off, and then I was always having to hold him off. Finally, get my head up, and I seen a player was in front of me. I could hear Cammy screaming. Do you know what he's like? He's just a pure bullet running by me. So I was like, played it in his path, and he scored. Thankfully.
You'd be desperate to get a goal yourself.
Oh, I'm choking to get a goal, man. I've had a few close ones, a few like kind of cutting in, shooting, but I feel like when the first one comes, I hope they'll fly in after that, because I feel like I'm deserving to go.
I felt I interviewed you when you arrived. Obviously, I'm still wearing the same cardigan. That's what we do. But I felt you're quite a quiet guy. But I've been watching you around the rest of the players, particularly the other day when we were filming the Christmas messages from the players. You've really settled in. You're one of the lads here.
I feel at home with the lads. I feel like got to know them pretty well, pretty fast. Obviously, I've only been here a few months, so I feel like I'm really enjoying it. A good bunch of lads and all. So aye.
Now we've been on the road for over a month.
Yeah.
We're back at home. First of all, injury free now, available for the Hearts game?
Yeah, available this week, thankfully.
And what's your thoughts on this game?
I feel like it'll be a great game to be a part of, especially for me as a young player. I think they are a really, really good team. I think they've strengthened their team even since last season. So they'll be a really, really good team, but at home I fancy our chances.
Well, we've got a good home record, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got a great home record actually, since we started.
And I think there's only 3 teams that have won away since the season started in this division.
Yeah, I feel like because I think Rave have that Astro pitch. It's like a mixed match, you know what I mean? It's like a mixed match, Astro grass, but I feel like we train on it every day, we're used to it, we've won or 2 games there, so I feel like I'll fancy our chances there.
Do you know much about the Hearts team?
No much, I don't know much. I know Andy Halliday plays there. He was at Rangers last season obviously with me, but apart from that, no. But I think he's a good player, so I can only base it off him.
Craig Gordon in goal, if you like to stick one past him, I'd imagine.
I'd like to stick one past him. I'd like my goal. Better to come against Hearts. I'd love that.
It's quite a period coming up, though, isn't it? We waited in Dunfermline. It's a pretty big programme over Christmas as well. Footballers don't get a Christmas.
No, we don't get a Christmas. I've not had a Christmas since I was about 16. But I feel like get a tough couple of games coming up. I think if we do well against Hearts Saturday, that will kind of stand us in night stead to kind of play the rest of the games and get a few good results at least.
Haven't been around the club now, haven't been around the dressing room. Where do you think this team could go this season?
I feel like that's only up to us. I feel like we need to keep our concentration. I feel like kind of away from home we can do. Obviously our home record's pretty good, but mostly away from home, if we manage to grab a few points and kind of grind out results away from home, we could all whatever we want. You know what I mean? As long as we keep performing at home, grinding the away results, that's whatever we want.
Do you set yourself personal goals for a season? Or?
I feel like basically just goals and assists for me. I think that's the main thing. Just the stats on the sheet. I think that's the main thing. My dad always says to me, just goals and assists. So I've had a few assists this season, but I'm just hoping for a goal.
Your dad a big influence on you, is he?
Aye, he has a big influence. Been a big influence since I was a young boy. Aye, but he's always told 2 things. He always told me is to get goals and assists. That's what you're known for. So I feel like that's how you help the team. That's how you win trophies. So I feel like that's my main objective for the rest of the season.
It's definitely Josh McPake, isn't it? Because I keep having to say to Andy Ritchie up in commentary, he keeps calling you James.
Nah, it's definitely. I've seen that a few times. A few people have messaged me and told me that. Nah, it's definitely Josh McPake. Aye, I can see why he gets mixed up though. But aye.
Well, he is that age, to be fair.
Aye, I know.
Well, Josh McPake, let's hope it pans out for you the way you want it to. I know you're highly regarded up the road in Glasgow, and you're certainly building a high regard down here from the Morton support as well.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
No bother, thank you.
Only one way can go out, since it is that time of year.
Let's go.
There you go. Oh, top man, you win the hat. You didn't have to put it on. Thanks for coming in today, really appreciate it.
No bother, thank you.
And thank you for joining us on the Greenock Morton Weekly Update, as sponsored by McTears, the auctioneers.